If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@shadowsmovinghimself.com. Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 547. Still Got Game is the official podcast of ToolToPlay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm Brian Shadows Moving Himself, Emmerich.
Oh, we're back. 2 weeks off. Selden's, it's probably been like 2 months since he's been here, but he's back too.
Yeah.
Polished his head
sure.
for this episode.
We thought he left the country. We weren't sure. So we were just, he's okay.
It was close. It was damn close.
He's back. He busted out the spit rag, polished up the dome, and he's looking good. Oh, that was the spit rag right there. You saw it for those of you watching the video version. See, there's so many spoilers on the video version that you're missing out if you're just listening in the car. Selden literally shined up the dome. It was impressive. He looks good. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
If you stick around, maybe I'll throw a little powder on there to get rid of the gleam.
Ooh.
Oh, and by powder, Selden means cocaine. But
doing rails off my head later. Come on back.
This is how every Selden party starts. Like, he's like, hey, who wants to do blow off my head? And then before you know it, everyone's fucked up except Selden because he can't do blow off his own head. So, yeah. So this is how we started the show. Why don't we just jump right into the show proper and start off with the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode, which was so long ago. Racist hater comments. Thanks for the recommendations. I've gone through episode 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. I also listened to a bunch of blooper episodes. Great content. So Selden, you weren't here the last when Racist Hater discovered the show. I think, was Racist Hater the one where like his professor told him about the show or something?
I think so. I will say that I really hope that it's that they hate racists and not that they're a racist and a hater. I can't tell which one it is.
I didn't think of that angle.
I'm assuming that it's the first one.
That's what I had assumed.
Okay, that's a ballsy way to express it.
Yeah, racist hater. Let us know first off what this actually means. Like, please reify the fact that I think that you hate racists. But
I got the same question about the next person called the name. I don't know.
But yeah, so Racist Hater had been recommended the show by a college professor, asked which episodes were the ones to go back and listen to. We didn't have good answers. So we said like the Centennial episodes, as well as finding other unique episodes, and I guess those blooper episodes from back in the day when Code couldn't make it, and I would just put an hour and a half of bloopers together. Those episodes are weird. There's no connective thread. They don't make any sense, but it's nonstop punchlines. So yeah,
true.
I would recommend going back with anything with Selden in the title is a good way to go back and look at the old episodes. I'm saying.
Also true. I'm not on any of those, so but I listened to probably most of them. I think I've been listening since probably like 09-ish. You know, that was back when podcasts were brand new.
Yeah,
like no one was listening to podcasts.
No, we started this in 2005, so we're in our 20th year, which is insane. So
probably one of the oldest podcasts around.
Not if you put all the episodes together.
Well,
but the years
chronologically, yes, not episode wise. Yes,
not the most episodes, but the oldest. I mean, I think it's like 01, 02 is probably like the oldest.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. We should do some research at some point. But
our podcast is almost old enough to be on the website.
Yeah, 5 more years. Yes. So yes, thank you for your comment, racist hater, and please let us know to make sure you're not actually a racist and a hater. Next up, Piss in Boots asks, what's up with the inconsistent episode schedule? I know you mentioned 2 weeks off, but seriously. Hey, here's some shit, Piss in Boots. You know what? You get this show for fucking free. We show up, we do a show, we don't do a show. It doesn't cost you fucking anything. So, maybe don't be such a dick.
And seriously, do you piss in boots or are you pissing boots?
Selden's more concerned with your name.
Like,
obviously, I play on Puss in Boots, but I don't know why. I would say that this person is probably used to YouTube shows that come out, like they have to come out every week because the YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. But we're really primarily, I think, an audio podcast, and we also have a video element, but it's not like we're tied to YouTube, and other places like that.
If he wants to sign us a contract that pays a salary, I think we could probably be a little bit more consistent. But since he's not, and nobody is, you get what you get.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Yeah,
I'm usually around mostly every Monday night, but I also do not run the podcast and do all the video and shit. So
wasn't it you that was gone the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. But you guys could have also done it by yourselves, and you did not.
No, I just took advantage of that fact to not do it. Yes,
yes, I would have broadcast from Florida the 1 week and something else last week, I'm sure.
Yeah. Selden from his campsite. Like, my Wi-Fi is bad. It's like a cell phone video, and can't green screen himself, so he has to go in front of some trees. And then
we just did
Chroma match
last weekend.
Oh, look at you.
We just did Gettysburg last weekend, and I had better signal there than I do on Long Island. It would have totally been worth the video stream.
Well, I'm sure it would have been. It was a nice break for me, though. But
I could have sat right next to the Abraham Lincoln statue, and like we could have done it together.
Oh, you and Abe, like
and Abe,
co-podcasting in your window. That was
407 video games ago.
Honest Abe and Selden.
Dishonest Selden, yes.
Anyway.
All right, next up, Charisma Devil asks. Actually, I'm going to combine these two. Charisma Devil asks, what are your thoughts on the train wreck? That was the lots of websites had their pre-orders pre-order pages crash or remove them entirely ago. How did Nintendo blow this so badly? Shadow, why don't you handle these questions? Because I know something that these people don't.
Well, first off, just randomly, is my video okay? Because I'm like kind of a little bit laggy here.
No, you're okay.
Is it all right?
You're good.
Yeah,
okay,
good.
Cool. All right, so all right, let's get into it. I promised my son a Switch 2 for Christmas/birthday because his birthday is right next to Christmas, and I said when that comes out, I'm gonna get you one. So I had that I had to get, and then I also want to get one for me so I can have one for myself because my old one my kids use, and my daughter will get that eventually. And so anyway, so I got on at midnight, or 10 or 11 o'clock, I guess, Central on when was it? Thursday, or I think it was Thursday or Wednesday night. And man, it was Best Buy, and it was Walmart and Target. The second that it went online, I mean, people know this, but the second that it went online, Target crashed completely. Best Buy didn't even show up till about 20 minutes after the midnight for Eastern time, and Walmart had a queue that never ended. And it was like that for about an hour and a half. I ended up finally like getting through on a Best Buy queue and just kind of, but I was following it. I was like, people were saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. It was just a shit show. It was horrible. It was worse than people were saying, oh, it wasn't as bad as like Xbox and PS5. I'm like, I got like 10 or 15 PS5s.
Yes, you certainly did.
And Xbox Series X's too. And I'm like, this one, no, people were not getting these. It was bad. And I did get the one. And the next day, well, because that night I'd gone by GameStop, which said, everyone said, oh, they put up a sign in their window saying how many they're going to have the next day. So I did that, and they did have that, and it was 59. I'm like, all right, well, so I came back by at like 9 a.m. the next day, working from home on my laptop, just bringing it with me, doing my stuff online. And I was 14th in line. And so then I sat there for 3 hours. And yeah, by the time I was done, it was 80 people in line for 59 systems. So some people didn't get them, but I got mine. So I got two. I got one for me, one for my son. But man, this was bad. And everywhere says it was bad. It wasn't like it was this targeted areas that were bad. It was all bad. So I'm sorry if you didn't get one. If you want one, you're probably going to wait till maybe Christmas. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I was
But they
in
did say they
no
didn't have
fucking
enough to
rush.
fill any orders. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in any
They
rush
said-
to buy one and put it and let it get dust. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get one when I get
they
one.
they said that they didn't have enough orders or enough to fill like the demand for or to fill some of the pre-orders that they had taken, I think, or that they were going to be the people who had requested, because I think coming up on like the 8th, the people who had said through Nintendo that, hey, I want a chance at one of these, and they had to have like 50 hours played, and they had to have a Switch for like, or Switch Online for like 2 years, and all that stuff, and they were going to give them a chance to get one. They said they don't have enough for it. I don't know how many people tried for it, maybe a million, and they probably only have like a quarter of that. So even if you did that, you still have a chance to get it, but it's not a great chance.
See, you
I know
covered
that
one
in
of our news
Japan-
stories already, so that's good. Nintendo warns
Oh,
its
there you
own
go.
pre-order invites may arrive after the Switch 2 launch, so we at least got that story out of the way.
Well, and that's the pre-orders arriving. This is like you might not even get it, have much of a
Yeah.
chance even if you put in for interest. But I know in Japan they had some sort of lottery system because I think we talked about this previously. Their Switch 2s are cheaper there because of the economy
Yep.
but they're tied to just Japan only.
Yep.
But even there, they just had a lottery for it. I guess they put in a lottery and then you could have a chance to buy it if you got picked.
Yeah.
And that's in Japan where they are from. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I'm in no big rush for this, but I think what I take away from this is that Altius called you a moron.
that's what I'm getting from it too. I was curious about that, and
Well,
it's gonna
Shadow
suck to
didn't
not have
spend
him on
all
the show
night
anymore.
out
But you
there.
know,
He didn't spend all night out there in line. He only
That's
came
true.
in
It was
like
3
a
hours.
few hours ahead of time. So he
yeah,
wasn't.
it was 3 hours.
It wasn't like us back in the day when I slept outside of the GameStop or Electronics Boutique or whatever the hell it was at the time.
Yeah,
So
I could have gotten there at like 10:30 or 11 and probably still gotten one, and it opened at noon. So not terrible in that instance, but online,
What kind of
you
GameStop opens at noon?
the ones around here all open at noon. I think they just do that now because of ever since COVID, things got screwed up. But I don't go to GameStop that much anymore.
I haven't been
so-
to a physical store in forever, except for the weed store or the
Yeah.
grocery store.
I wish we had
Well-
a statistician on this show because I'd love to go back and find out how many episodes I said that they're not going to have enough units. They're going to fuck it up. And hey,
You
look, I
you
was
did
right.
say this, Selden. You did.
Yep.
So
But
Good
we
job,
all thought
Nintendo. Way to
I'll-
fulfill that.
I'll say you said it on 3 episodes.
Probably.
I think that's
We all thought it
reasonable.
would get. We thought that they had delayed it so they could make a lot more. So then when it launched, they were going to be fine.
But
And
not
I don't
so
know.
much.
Maybe they thought they were going to be fine, but maybe they just underestimated the demand, or
They have
I
to
don't know.
know by now,
Yeah.
right?
I was
Well-
waiting for him to come out and say it was something with the tariffs and the economies and stuff like that was going to short America, but it fucking hit Japan too. You
Yeah.
guys fucked up royally all
it
the way
did.
around.
But also with America right now, they're only shipping ones from Vietnam that were built in Vietnam,
Yes,
so
yeah.
they can avoid the tariffs.
Yeah.
So that does cut down our supply. But Japan, I don't know about that. You know,
Could be no big deal there, but who knows?
yeah.
Yeah, I heard they're
So
getting
there's that.
review bombed also on some store sites and stuff like that too. So
Oh, that's gonna matter.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Oh no, Nintendo's getting review bombed. They're gonna. What are they gonna do?
This fly by night
Uh,
company
I think it was mainly the Mario Kart thing, because you can only play it on the new one, and kids love Mario Kart,
Yep.
and they want it, and they're gonna ask their parents for it, and right now, if you are trying to avoid tariff stuff, who knows what's gonna happen in even like a couple months? It could get better, could get worse.
It could.
So
Mhm.
you might be paying more, you might not be. They might stop shipping stuff to here. Like right now, I don't get into everything, but right now there's a lot of stuff that's not coming to the US anymore because
Yeah.
they're just not shipping it here anymore. So who knows? So get it now, or you might be waiting a year.
Yeah, what the Switch 2 is retailing at what, 450, something like that?
Yeah, 450
450
without the
or
game. Yeah. Yeah, I got the
Ooh.
bundle, so which is 4.99 with Mario Kart, but it's on the actual system. It's not a code, so you can't sell the code because it's really worth
But you
80
can friend
bucks.
share it now, right?
You can share it in your family if you have like a family plan.
I have
That's
one of
it.
those that I paid for years,
They should send you a Switch 2 for the amount that you've paid and not used.
but I didn't play 50 hours of games. So yeah,
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 my kids have taken care of that for me.
I've played 0 hours of games in the last 5 years, but paid them every year. So yeah, it is what it is. So
Keeping
All
the
right,
industry
So
alive.
yeah.
well, if any of you have awesome questions or comments or want to call Shadow a moron, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at
Yeah,
podcast@tooltoplay.com.
it's gonna be tough to not have Altius on the show anymore. Sorry about that.
Oh, Shadow is trying to
Wow.
shadow ban.
Wow.
Shadow is literally trying to shadow ban Altius. But the trick to shadow banning is you can't tell someone you're banning
Can't tell
them.
him.
But
Yeah.
he's
I'm just saying it's gonna
He's
suck.
Shadow and he banned. So it's a Shadow ban.
All right. On that, why don't we move on over to what we're playing? Selden, what weird shit are you playing this week?
I have only been playing one game and one game only for like the last 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
Blueprints.
This is oh,
I've heard it's good.
this
Blueprints is
RPG?
freaking phenomenal. It is a first-person puzzler roguelike game. It is, if you like escape rooms, it is fucking the tits of games that you want to play right now.
That's how we describe the very best of games is
It's
the tits.
the
Yes.
tits. I mean, if you really do like video games that challenge you and mentally exhaust you, and if you want to go back to the time of days when you had to take out a notebook and write down notes, draw maps, and draw figures and pictures that you see throughout the game, this is the fucking game you got to get on. I'm telling you, this game has got me so excited. I love sitting down. I love playing through this. I am nowhere close.
I love sitting down.
And it's just it's phenomenal.
Are you going to show us your notebook?
I will show you no notes. No, it's I keep them all on my phone. I have my little notepad on my phone. I keep all my notes. I'm like, okay, the knight's in room L4, and then I map that out, and then I gotta go back to the chessboard and put it in, and it changes. And it's the roguelike aspect is okay. So the basis of the game is you're the sole survivor of an uncle that passed away, and he wants to leave you his fortune. Old story is time. But you have to go to his house. His house changes every day. There's a grid that you discover new rooms each day as you go through, and each room's got different puzzle aspects to it. And then each day it will reset, and you lose everything that you had for the most part. There's other things that there's rooms that you can save one item or something like that in, but it's very puzzly. It's very challenging. And it's a lot of strategy in how you lay out the rooms that you get and what tools you pick up and how you do the
This is the worst description of this game that you could possibly sell.
This is going to be a game of the year contender, and if it's not, it's a travesty because this game is awesome.
Oh, so you're making your Balatro call right now?
I'm making my Balatro call right now. So
it seems like everyone's talking about it. It looks. I mean, I've seen screenshots of it. It looks kind of like Tetris, but with rooms.
Well, that's just the map. But you actually work through the game in first person, so you interact with everything like from the first person shooter perspective. So
okay,
So it's a
Cool.
lot of fun. So
is it like PG rated, do you think?
yeah,
Or
it's
is it
definitely
was it
PG
like
rated. There's
okay, so
nothing
like play
bad
with
in
my
it.
kids or
So yeah,
something?
you can
All
definitely
right.
go with your kids. And the puzzles get harder. There's a couple of rooms that there's certain puzzle that you have to solve, and each time you solve it, the next time you go in, that puzzle gets a little bit harder. So you have to make the choice: do you really want to do the puzzle this time because you know the next day it's going to reset, and you may be able to
Oh,
do something further with
interesting.
that puzzle. And so then you can lock certain rooms and places, and you can open up different rooms. And as you keep exploring, you come across, and this is where the trick is. The name of the game is Blueprints, as in Prince, but
Blueprints.
it's really blueprints because you're really revealing different blueprints to build out the house that you're going through. So,
Oh, I see what you did there,
Yeah.
Selden. Yes.
so yeah, so I'm telling you, man, you guys got to try this game. It's pretty fun. So
I almost checking it out. I'm trying to finish up some other stuff before I do that because I'm working on some games I'll talk about. But yeah, I definitely want to check it out. It's on Game Pass, right?
yeah, it's on Game Pass, so it's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
So
I've also heard good stuff despite how Selden described the game, uh yeah, I'm too busy to play this. So yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
and
wouldn't play it if you just heard how he described it, right?
No, like the way he
oh, come
described it, it
on.
sounded like a piece of shit, right?
No, it's
No,
exciting. It's awesome. It's
no.
great. Like it. Like I really wanted to finish Avowed, but I started playing this and I can't go back to Avowed. And there's so many
Oh
other games that came
no.
out on Game Pass that I want to go in. I want to get in and start playing Oblivion, the remake again. I want to get in and play
Yeah.
a couple of the other games that have hit and stuff like that. I just every time I sit down, I'm like, okay, back to Blueprints. So it's driving. It's an addiction. I love it.
Fair enough.
How about you, Shadow? What have you been playing?
So I've been trying to finish up some stuff that I had started. So I've been playing South of Midnight some, which is great. I have some issues with it, like it's a little repetitive. The story's cool and the environment's cool, the music's cool, but the battling and the action's a little repetitive because it's always like you get to this area, you have to climb a bunch of stuff, you have to find these like shimmering white pods that are like they give you basically souls or points or whatever
Oh yeah,
that
we
you can
saw this
spend on
during
spend on stuff.
the announce. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you get points you can spend on stuff to upgrade and whatever. But and then fights are like, okay, here's an arena area, you get into it, you have to fight a bunch of stuff, then you unravel the strand and it basically burns away all the bad stuff, and then you get to keep on going. And it's a lot of that. And it hasn't really changed so far, so I'm a little bit annoyed with that. But other than that, it's been a cool experience.
It
Some
said in
spots that are a
Louisiana.
little sorry.
It said in
Yeah,
Louisiana. Yep, yep,
yeah, like the Bayou area and
yep.
um yeah, so I think I'm about halfway through, and I don't think it's a very long game. I've just kind of been bouncing around between stuff, so I would imagine it's not more than like 8 hours tops, I would say.
Yeah,
But it's
I was gonna say I originally did try this back when I was on vacation.
yeah,
I played it through the cloud streaming on my handheld to the phone.
yeah.
And I got through the part where the house gets washed down the river and you're chasing the
Uh,
house.
yeah, it's
And
like right at the
then I get to
beginning.
the mansion, and that's pretty much where I stopped because on the little screen that was really hard to appreciate that game, and I wanted to give it a
Yeah.
better try on a bigger screen. And that's when I jumped over to that other game I talked about just a little bit ago that I don't want to bring back up again.
That's
What
good.
what
Probably good.
game? With the
Blueprints, baby, it was awesome.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
I like how Selden
So
even pronounces it as blueprints instead of blueprints.
I think you just said the same thing twice. I don't know. I
Blue
don't get the inflection.
blueprints?
I know.
Blueprints.
Remember, he doesn't know
I
how
know
to
what you're
say
saying, but
N64.
oh, SNES?
Oh, all right. All right. Why don't you continue on, Shadow?
Okay, let me continue. So there's that. I've been playing some of that. I finished Lost Odyssey. I have one achievement left, which is a collectible achievement, and it's one that sucks. It's like find every single item in the entire game. And it's one where like you don't really know what you missed, so you kind of have to go around and find. It's only 20 gamer score, but I kind of want 1,000 it. So we'll see. I might finish that. I might not. I might
What's
just leave
wrong
it.
with you?
I know. I can't get it. I know.
No, I
I'm
don't
sorry.
mean what's wrong with you that you didn't get the 1,000. What's wrong with you that you give a shit?
I just like to complete games. I'm going back.
It sounds like you completed the game.
I did. I finished the story.
Yeah.
I've been playing some Life is Strange Remastered, which I bought for cheap, and I kind of going through and playing that occasionally just for achievements here and there.
I really
You know,
enjoyed that game. It was so
same
much
deal.
fun.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a little dated now, just going back because it was like 2013 when it originally came out, and
Was
it
it?
looks like it. Even though it's remastered, it still looks
Yeah.
like it. So the story is good though. So I've been playing that, and that's kind of it. Otherwise, I've been actually finally going through and hooking up all my retro consoles that I fixed and got all completely ready to go. I just hadn't hooked them all up because I had to really organize some shit. So I plugged them all in, made sure they all work, all the drives work, all the carts work, and so all those are good. So I've been kind of playing some of that stuff off and on, and that's fun. I will tell you one thing: if you have a Dreamcast
I
and you
do.
have access to something that you can use a VGA input on, like a monitor, I guess, or something like that, it looks amazing over VGA, and that's no mods. Just get a VGA cable.
What
They
about
make them for
VGA to
really cheap.
HDMI?
It's VGA. I don't know.
Like
That
those
might work.
adapters don't do it right?
I don't know. That might work. I'm not sure. But so there's like VGA cables that plug into whatever port it's on the back of a Dreamcast, and it looks insanely good. I don't know how they did that. And it was what, 2099,
22
right? So
years ago?
26 years.
20, no, 20.
26, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It still looks great. And it's yeah. Dreamcast is a really cool system.
Yeah.
I'm really liking that. But so that's kind of it right now. How about you, Derek?
The only thing I've played is the only thing I ever play, which is Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
What level are
Uh,
you now?
I am still in my 10th prestige, which that alone should be scary to
Obviously.
anyone. But I'm level 146 in my 10th
Out of 1,000?
prestige out
It's
of
only
1,000.
scary because you only play one fucking map.
And I only played the one map. Yes, I only play Nuketown. I've never seen another map in Black Ops 6.
How do you do that? You can search for only one map?
Yeah, you can narrow down your search and then it picks just that individual thing. Now, granted, Nuketown went from a small frenzy map, 5v5, to now they're trying, I feel like they're trying to get people off of it because they made it 10v10 if you pick Nuketown.
Oh,
And instead of playing to 100, you play to 500, and it's so instead of my little 5-minute games, I'm in for 15, 20 minutes per game. But I'm not gonna let that dissuade me. I'm sticking with fucking Nuketown. This is Call of Duty Nuketown 6.
Was it Rust also another small map like that? Don't you think about expanding over to that? That's the one with the oil refinery in the middle and the four corridors to the center.
I don't even know that map because I've only played Nuketown. Or Shipment. I played Shipment, which was a small map that had a bunch of shipping containers.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Shipment. If they brought Shipment back, I'd play Shipment and Nuketown. 2 maps. 2! Fucking 2! Double my map quantity.
Is Shipment just too small that they just can't do it anymore?
No, Shipment was a what's the other company that does Call of Duty?
Treyarch?
No, this is Treyarch, so it was Infinity Ward. That was one of their maps. But they have crossed over before, so there's always. So you're saying there's a chance. So I'm hoping if Shipment shows up, I'm fucking balls to the wall on Shipment. So yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I played.
So we should just assume that you always play that.
Yeah. Like any given moment, if I'm not watching TV or a movie, I'm playing Call of Duty or wrestling. Yes, I'm playing Call of Duty on fucking Nuketown all the time. So, like, even just before the show, I was doing my dailies and finished all my dailies on Nuketown right before the show. So, yeah. It's pretty fun. I like it. So. All right.
Nice.
On that, why don't we hop on over to new releases? Shadow added some shit, but there's really no new releases. Like, the only new releases are all the shit that's now out on the PS5 that were Game Pass originals. But if Shadow wants to talk about these, I will let him run this segment. Shadow, go ahead.
All right. So later last week, there was a drop that was a surprise drop for Oblivion Remastered that came out on all the systems. That dropped that day. Like, here's the announcement, and it's out. And if you follow video games at all, you know it's out. Looks good, and if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, has all the same achievements and trophies that the original had in 2006. So it's 19 years old, and it's the same game. It just looks prettier. I don't think there's a whole lot of changes. There's a couple like leveling changes to where in the past you used to be able to level. I think it's like if you wore heavy armor and you ran and your stamina drained, it would level up your stamina or something like that. I think it's a little bit different now. It's sort of a mix between Oblivion and Skyrim leveling. So if you're concerned about leveling, I think it's a little easier now. I remember I leveled up all my Oblivion levels, but it was tough. It took a long time. So I would say it's a little easier now. But yeah, if you like Oblivion, or if you've never played it before, time to jump in. I mean, it was a decent game.
Aren't they selling new quests for that, or like there's some DLC for it?
No, well, they might have like horse armor DLC or something.
No. I know the horse armor is included, and they joked about that, but I think there's a whole bunch of extra quests that either are now or are coming that you can buy.
I don't know about that. I know that all the old DLC is included as like the Knights of the Nine and all that stuff is just in it, so you don't have to download that separately. But otherwise, I don't know. If you know about it, then
I heard something about this where it was going to be like either one DLC or multiples with new quests and new additions and like I talked to a buddy of mine at work, and he was like, "Oh, they're going to do a battle pass for all these new deals." And I was like, "Well, maybe they would. Like, who knows?"
I mean, if they do, great. I'm not going to play it again because I 100% like a decade ago, and I don't really need to go back and play it again.
You did 1,000 out of 1,000. Yeah,
I did, and
it was probably more than 1,000 at the time.
Yeah, it was. I think it's more than that because it was the DLC too, but I think it's all included now. Anyway, so whatever it was, I had that, but I don't know. I just don't want to play it again. I have too many other games to play. It's not because it's old. It's just that I've done it. Like I've checked it off my list. It's done. It's not my favorite game of all time.
Black Ops 6 anyway, so
yeah, I'm just about to start Black Ops. So then I got 1,000 levels to go. Plus, it's just it's gonna take a while. So
yeah.
No, but yeah. So there's that, and also Claire Obscura Exhibition 33 came out, which is a role-playing game that is a turn-based game, and it's reminiscent of if you played Lost Odyssey in the past, which is what I just finished. It's very similar to that style, where it's you go into you have a random encounter, you have timing-based attacks where you have to like wait for some specific timing thing to hit, and then you hit a button, and then you do like more damage, or you can block or something like that while it's fighting back and forth. So, but it looks really cool. It's based on this. I don't know if it's like a previous story that was already written or if it's just the game, but they live in this world where there's some queen or something that like writes a number in the sky every year, and it's everyone who's that age dies. And then the number counts down every year to the next number down. So this year it's 33. And so the people who are going on this quest, I believe, are 33, and they're going to like stop her before she kills them all. Is pretty much the premise, I think. So sounds cool, and seems like everyone is loving this game. Does that sound
cool though? Does it really sound cool, or are you just saying that?
I think it sounds cool. I mean, I like RPGs, so
yeah. But I mean, this is more of the cool JRPG, right? Style. It's with the fight scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I might release Dick Punch Simulator or something like that that'll compete against this, but Yeah, this sounds like the last game I would ever want to play.
I mean, I like these games, so if other people like these games, then hey, it's for you.
Yeah, we got Dick Punch Simulator coming your way.
And I believe
I
one
think
of the
I'd probably play Expedition 33 over Dick Puncher, the remastered.
Sheldon, you're co-producer of this game, so why are you shitting on it?
It looks like one of the actors, one of the characters was modeled after Robert Pattinson. Like his face looks just like him, so I think they did do that. But which is kind of cool.
It definitely gives me a little bit of interest, but I just can't see myself pulling it not at this point. So I will probably eventually give it a play.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass now, which if you have Game Pass and you like RPGs, it's a no-brainer. Start playing it. I've got it downloaded. I just need to kind of finish some other stuff first before I start it because I just have too much going on. But
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
that came out for this. I will, but and I think that came out last week, but we weren't around last week, and it's a big game, so I just want to mention it. So, and that's it.
Fair enough. Some new releases that weren't even on our outline. On that, why don't we move on over into gaming news? If you're in chat, you want us to discuss something, drop it in there. Otherwise, I'll just start us off. Split fiction movie adaptation lands Sydney Sweeney as star. Now,
nice.
I didn't play this game. I know shit about it. But you know what I do know? I'm a big Sydney Sweeney fan, and
are you man and are you breathing?
Yeah. So I'm all for this game, for this adaptation, not for the game, but for the adaptation. But one of you guys played this, right?
Did you, Sheldon?
I did not because it's only a PlayStation 5 game, right?
Oh, okay. So none of us have played this.
I don't think it's.
I don't have any friends, and my kids don't like to play with me, so no, I didn't play it.
It's a couch co-op game.
I'm sorry that this was your therapy chair in front of everyone. All right, so if someone out there wants to play with Sheldon, like just throw him a bone and play with him because
no, I think it's a couch co-op.
I think it's couch co-op. I think you have to be together. So this guy makes these type of games like Brothers: Tale of Two Sons, where you have to.
I know
one
that
character controlling one thing and the other one. So I think it's the same guy. I was just listening to one of my podcasts that is not a gamer podcast, and the guy on there was mentioning, I play these with my kids because they're like couch co-op and we play together. And this one just came out and they liked it. And I guess it's about a couple who are might divorce or they're divorcing or something like that, and it's their families and they're trying to like work through this thing together, and maybe
I've heard great stuff about the game.
The game has gotten pretty good reviews and everything like that. I don't have the patience to yell at my kid to move when he has to move.
You must be great with like the game where you have to build like the dishes, the grocery dishes.
And like moving out?
Moving out and all those games.
God, no. I hate it.
Yeah. So
just give me the control. I'll do both of them.
But yeah.
He did like It Takes Two, which
It Takes Two. Yeah, I know that one too.
I didn't play that one yet either, but that's one where it's always like in the back of my mind, I should probably check that out. And
I think they have a game coming to PAX East this year. I think
A Way Out is also another one.
Yeah, I got some media invite for something at PAX East. So yeah, we'll see what's next for them. But yeah, the moral of the story is Sydney Sweeney. She could read the phone book to me. Yeah. Yep.
So it's PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Switch 2.
Yeah,
so it'll be out on Switch 2 June 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sheldon has no excuse except that his kids don't like to play games with them. Sorry, Sheldon, you said it.
Poor Sheldon.
All right. Next story.
All right, I don't have a problem with this, I don't think. Let's see what you guys think. Nintendo charges $20 for Mario Party Jamboree and Kirby Switch 2 upgrades. Apparently, with the new Switch 2 coming out, they are offering an upgrade to the updated version of it for $20. A lot of I think the titles they said were going to be $10, but these ones are coming in at $20. I don't have a problem with this because I go back to Grand Theft Auto. It spanned over many generations of consoles, and like every time you had to buy the whole fucking game again. So I would rather pay $20 than pay like another $60-$70 or whatever they're going to charge for the next
That's one way to look at it.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
You wouldn't pay it. You just be like, no, I'm not going to do that. So
Yeah.
In this case, they get some money rather than no money. So I think that that's a good way to do it. I do know that, yeah, these ones are more, but they aren't just like the Zelda upgrades where you get a little bit of graphics and you get an app that connects to your phone, kind of, or your app is on your phone, which you can kind of do maps and stuff. Those ones don't have a ton more things. This is like they had like whole other worlds and other like sections. I know the Kirby one has like I don't remember what it's called, but it's like it's basically an expansion attached to it. The Jamboree stuff, it's got all the like video stuff and other things added to it. So it's like adding some DLC to it. So I think
sounds
that's
like
probably
you're bought
okay.
in, Shadow.
I'm not getting either one of these, but I think that it's worth it because it's an upgrade and it's you get extra stuff with it. It's not just like here it looks prettier and it's $20. It's here's like a lot more content and it's $20. It's like when Mario 3D World did the Bowser's Fury edition to it. So it's okay, yeah, it's the Mario 3D World from Wii U, but you also get Bowser's Fury, which is a whole other thing, but it wasn't an upgrade. It was just a whole brand new game. It had this other stuff with it. In this case, you get the other stuff with it, played on the same system, basically, and you just have to pay 20 instead of rebuying the whole thing like Seldman's talking about. So I think that it makes more sense.
I don't know
this
if this
way.
is a good sales pitch. I remember this one time I had this game called Halo 2, and it was out on the Xbox 180, and then the Xbox 360 came out, and I could put in my Xbox 360, and it ran at 1080i instead of 480p. Remember that?
And that didn't upper it. That didn't like do a remaster of it though. That was just it can play 1080i now. You don't get any extra things with it though. This is like a whole bunch of DLC edition. That'd be like if you bought Halo 2 and you got or Halo 3 and you got all the maps for free, or you had to pay for them like $20, which I think is what it was. Halo 3 maps cost, right? Yeah.
No, Halo 2
Halo
maps
2
cost.
maps didn't.
Those were the ones that came on the discs. Yeah.
Right, you had to buy the extra discs. Yeah. So, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to, even if I got a Switch 2, I wouldn't be buying these also because, first off, and it might be an unpopular opinion, but Kirby is one of the most overrated bullshit characters out there for platforms.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, he's the fucking worst. I've never gotten into his character. I've never bought into the hype of it, and I just don't get the character. So maybe that's just me, but fuck Kirby, he's an ass. And Mario Party Jamboree is just not my type of game, so you wouldn't catch me.
Guys, that was Selden that said that. Like, I have nothing against Kirby.
It's Selden007.com. Just go there and
send the hate mail. I don't care. Kirby sucks.
Any email address at Selden007.com will get to him. So, shithead at Selden007.com, cool guy at Selden007.com. They all go to the same place. So, yeah.
My son likes the Kirby games. I like the original ones, like Kirby's Adventure on NES and Game Boy. Started on Game Boy. That was the first game was on Game Boy.
Yeah,
and I think they made it that way because it was a lot simpler and it was easier to show on a Game Boy.
Wow, so Selden's like doubling down and is shitting on Kirby.
And the programmers.
I've seen him play the like newest one that came out, and it's got a lot going on. It's almost like more of like a Mario Odyssey type game. It's kind of cool. I'm just not really into it, but he likes it, so he might eventually get this, or just rent it from or borrow from the library if they have.
Yeah, my guess is Selden's not getting this, so yeah.
I like Mario Party back in the day. I don't care as much about it now because I think it got a lot of BS stuff going on, and it's kind of like Mario Kart where it has that slingshot thing where rubber banding where you're like, I'm really behind, and
then
get a lot of cool stuff
you're back.
Catches up.
Yeah, yep.
Then that's not really a game. That's not competition. That's just we're all kind of gonna end up in the same spot, and then at the very end, one of us is gonna win
One's gonna
at the
pull
last
ahead.
second.
Yes, yep.
But I understand people thinking, well, I don't want to keep playing if I'm losing that badly. So I get it both ways, but I'd still rather have it be an actual competition. So that's just me.
Fair enough. All right, next story.
Switch 2 publishers quietly step away from real physical game cards. So it seems like, and I will read this real quick, but many of the new Switch 2 launch titles are going to appear on the game key cards, which are, I mean, it says right here they look like real cartridges but contain no software. They kind of do. They just have enough on them to be able to download the game with it. So the difference here is that you have to have the card in to play the game. Everything's the same as having a regular game, but you have to download the game first. Because they don't fit on the carts because they're too big. Like these carts, I think Nintendo says they're making an 8 gig cart and a 64 gig cart. And the difference in cost between those two are a lot. So if you're a publisher, you don't really want to use the 64 gig carts because they're going to cost you so much money. You're going to have to charge more for the game or you're going to lose a lot of money. So they'll just put them on a cart that has a key. You put it in, you download the game. You have to install the games anyway in a lot of cases, right? Like Xbox, you have to install all of them. PS5s, you do too. So that's no different. It's just that you can't just pop it in from the store, play it on the way home. You have to go home and download it instead of doing it. But
I'm calling this bullshit. Just get rid of the fucking cartridges already.
Yes, I agree.
Just give me a goddamn code to download the game. I don't give a shit about a cartridge.
Well, but you can do that. You can buy them digitally.
Well,
so this gives you another option because then you can sell it, or you can borrow them from somebody. So there's
that sounds dumb as shit. I don't know.
Yeah, this is Nintendo just not wanting to let go of the fucking history.
This is not Nintendo. This is the publishers. They want to do
this isn't Nintendo. They could have said Switch 2 is all digital. Deliver your games digitally.
But people can still do them digitally if they want. Why does it matter if there's a cart too?
Why you always
I don't buy carts, but I understand why people don't.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
No.
I don't even buy physical media anymore, so I don't care. It's not affecting me, but I understand people wanting to resell games, wanting to borrow games from people, get them from the library, whatever, and so then you can have carts for that. Otherwise,
I don't understand that at all. I'll buy games I never play digitally and will not play them, and I don't care.
Some people don't have that money.
Nintendo doesn't care about the earth. It's still selling plastic that it doesn't need to.
Yeah, what about the environment, Shadow? You just want these things in a landfill someday?
They won't be. People will still be able to use them. I don't know. It's not like it's a one-time
They have to blow in it. They have to put it in. Eventually it doesn't work, and then they throw it in the landfill.
This isn't a one-time use.
Think how much money they could have taken off the price of the console without having to put the stupid port in there, too.
Then you can't use your old games.
Who cares?
Okay. You
guys are just is a myth that no one gives a shit about. Yeah, no one cares about back compat.
Okay.
No one real. Yeah.
Well, I don't have to worry about back compat too much because I have all the old systems, but some people do.
I've never played a back compat game. Ever.
It's because you don't play old games. You just play new games.
Yeah, because old games suck and new games are better. Like, this is
you did play the Atari History game, though, right? That wasn't really.
I did, but they're
old games.
They were old games, but it was a new title, Selden. So, yeah.
All right. So after that trolling, that's what's going on with those. That's what they are.
Nope. Next story.
Next.
Oh, it's me. Madden NFL 26 for Switch 2 pre-order. First entry for a Nintendo console in 13 years. Now, I did not know this, that EA had completely ditched Nintendo consoles for 13 years. Shadow probably knows this because he loves Nintendo like you read about. It's like Penthouse Letters section. and it's all Shadow and Nintendo. But yeah, I did not know this, and this is a crazy amount of time where there hasn't been a EA Sports game on Switch for 13 years, and the fact that
or Wii
U, but yeah, 13 years later, apparently the Switch 2 is finally a capable enough console to run a current EA Sports title. Maybe that's a good thing for Nintendo. But yeah, 13 fucking years. So yeah, that's the part that I'm stuck on.
It's probably because they brought NCAA football back and made enough money off of it to sustain paying for the Nintendo version.
I don't think this has anything to fucking do with it, Selden.
It has everything to do with it. Talk about NCAA college football. Oh yeah, it's coming, baby. Oh yeah.
Wow, Selden is breaking the audio file. He's breaking his microphone.
Just look at the waveform. It's like
it's like all the way to the top. Yes. Yeah, I'll see how I can fix that in post, buddy. Thanks. But yeah, so this is big news for Nintendo. They finally made a console that wasn't 2 generations behind. Maybe it's just like a generation or a generation and a half behind. So yeah, this Switch 2 is going to be so fucking badass, like the Xbox 360. Yep.
They've said it's people have said it's similar to PS4 in power, which is decent, I guess. But
it's still
and they're still putting out PS4/PS5 games all the time. So
you just can't get enough of Nintendo's dick. You're just like, yeah, bring it.
Just being real, man. Just saying the truth.
I guess, yeah. I don't give a shit about the Switch 2. I'm still going to buy one at some point because I have to, but not because I want to.
Oh, it's available, purchased. Throw that in the closet.
It'll be a hate purchase. Don't worry. Yes, yeah.
Then you can say you have it, so no one can talk bad about you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll have it every console since the Odyssey. So yeah. Yep. All right. This is last story.
And I will tell you up front that when I read this, I was like, "What the fuck? Is this a what the fuck story?" And I'll explain exactly why.
Yeah.
You look at the title, and it's Discord names former Activision Blizzard and King exec as its new CEO.
I think it was Bobby Kotick?
Discord was the community named the former Activision Blizzard, not the company Discord.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
So it did throw me for a second, and I was like, why the hell is Discord electing the new president of Activision Blizzard King as its new CEO? I was like,
is Selden on the gummies? Or
I think Selden smoked a little bit of weed tonight. Yes, yeah.
But in the turn of
events, then he actually read the story and then he figured it out.
Actually, the company that did this, and Human Sakananini, I totally slaughtered his name on purpose, will replace the outgoing CEO of Discord, co-founder Jason Citron on April 28th, 2025. So yeah, good. I mean, he might bring some good information and good strategies to Discord. Discord has always been in the flux of how it's going to make money. It's still surviving, and nobody really knows how it makes fucking money, do we? I mean, promoted ads, I see those sometimes.
Well, they sell the ability to use Nitro and to use your own custom emojis and all that shit, but it doesn't seem like a super profitable business.
Right. But I mean, it's nice that they brought in somebody that's got a gaming history, because Discord was based originally around gaming communities and getting, using it as a platform for expressing gaming stuff. And so it's good to see that it's going back into gaming hands, and hopefully, gets a little more focused towards that and stuff. So.
Yeah. For those of you who don't go on our Discord or don't know what Discord is, it's basically like chat areas, chat rooms you can subscribe to, and just have a whole list of them. Go in and you have different sections for each one. So I assume, do you pay for the Discord server or
no
it's free? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Nitro comes up every once in a while, which is the thing is like, hey, you want to pay for using this emoji or whatever, and this list of emojis, and you can pay them some money to do that. They have ads occasionally, but I don't know. I think they're kind of like right on the edge of how they're going to make money, and they're going to go public, I think, pretty soon. So
Yeah,
that
that's going to be
bad
quite
changes
the
might be
investor
coming.
call when they're like, so this is how we're going to make money. We're going to charge people to use an emoji that looks like someone's face that's part of the podcast or vidcast or show for that particular Discord. And then the investors will laugh and they'll leave.
I think probably I don't know. This is just me spitballing, but what may happen is they may end up sort of like Patreon, where it's like you have to pay for the server, and then the people pay money to get into the like a little bit each to get into that Discord server, and then that goes into your pocket to pay your Discord fee. That may be what's going to happen, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see a big future for monetizing Discord. Just saying. But
I hope not, but also to stick around, they got to do something.
But yeah, also in the last 10 years at PAX East, 5 or 6 of those years, they've had a giant ass booth that they paid for, which
with what knows? Money?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see if they start doing like a business subscription model where a business wants to run a Discord or use the Discord structure within their own thing to, you know, develop some kind of, you know, customer feedback, customer, you know, response area.
Like Teams or something?
Like Teams, yeah, something like that. And license it out for that sort of a usage. I mean, it could be the game companies, it could be, you know, to whatever, based on the backbones of what Discord is, because it is a very good platform and it's very useful in controlling the crowds, the medias, the forums, the different subsections and stuff like that. So who knows? Yeah. Maybe it'll become the next Microsoft Teams.
Or
it'll be a Slack
or WebEx or Slack or any of 100 competitors. So,
but yeah, to go public, you're gonna have to have some kind of idea of how you're gonna make money off of it. So
yeah, business model is kind of key to an IPO. So yeah. So good luck for them.
Yeah, good luck, Sakinini. How do you say his name? Suck. Yeah.
It sounds like you're just being so disrespectful to him.
Sucky-me. Good luck, sucky-me.
On that, if you have any stories for us to talk about next week that don't involve names that Selden can't pronounce, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. If you want to sponsor the show, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/tool-to-play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is the on-demand of Tool to Play content. So you go there, you can find every show we've ever done. Hits, Quick Hits, this show, Tiff's Immature Interviews, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. Selden even had a show at one point in time that he filmed with a Kinect camera. Like, that is probably one of, like as much as we shit on Selden about this show, that's probably a unique thing in the gaming sphere, the YouTube sphere. Like, not a lot of people film shows on the Kinect camera. So yeah, go there, follow us on youtube.com/tool-to-play, and enjoy all of our archive video content. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. Give us 5 stars. And I'm not going to say if you have the time, just fucking take a few extra seconds to write something. You could just write the letter A. Just A. Submit. And that's all that matters. They just are looking for a textual review to go along with your thing. If you're already going there and giving us the 5 stars we deserve, just put something in the text box. If you want to put something cool, like I watched Selden rubbing his head, just put whatever you want in there. But like it just even a single letter A is worth it. We have a Discord channel. We just talked about Discord, this no business model failure of a future. But our Discord is at discord.me/stillgotgame. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. Selden, you got anything you want to pimp this week?
Yeah, I'm going to say by the time this episode probably comes out, it's going to be May. And I'm going back to my normal. May is the National Cancer Research Month. I just lost a really good close friend of mine just a couple weeks ago to complications due to lung cancer.
Sorry, son.
Not your fault, but it is super important. I mean, they're getting close. They're making strides every day on cancer research. And if you can, I mean, it doesn't matter which cancer research you donate to, because cancer needs to die. It fucking sucks. So please, if you can, reach out to cancer research and see what you guys can do. Other than that, I'm Selden 007.
I was wondering
I don't know how to follow it up.
How are you going to go from one to the other?
I'm about to go off camera, so.
Well, I lost a really good friend of mine a year ago, almost exactly, from cancer. So I second Selden's comments on that. So, and especially with everything going on right now and money getting taken away from all these different funds, then it's needed more now than ever. So definitely do what you can to help. I have some things on Linktree, Brian S. Emmerich, but go for that this week for sure. And right. Derek?
Well, I'm going to tag up on this. Everyone that I know has someone that's been affected by cancer in their lives, whether it's someone that survived cancer or didn't. So this is a charity that I think everyone can stand behind. I don't think anyone out there has not been affected by this, either in a massively negative way or a holy shit, we're in this situation, oh my god, thank god things worked out kind of way. So but the reason why things work out is because people give money to this. So like Selden said, there's plenty of cancer charities out there, whether it's Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, whether it's breast cancer awareness, whether it's whatever. There's plenty of charities that are willing to take your money that are doing important research to try to make lives better. So go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to try to drop probably 4 or 5 different ones in my Linktree. It's not yet. So if you're watching live tonight, my Linktree / Derek Nolan does not have these yet, but I'm going to put in a whole bunch of cancer charities along with my own links and the show's links and all of that. So and you can pick and choose whichever one is most important to you, which one reflects your family, your life, your friends. But yeah, I'll drop those all in my Linktree after the show tonight. So.
And even if you can't, if money's an issue and you can't, or you don't want to donate money, write your congressman and tell them to prioritize, cancer research. Try to get the government to, step up and do the right thing too. Share a story with somebody that has, that has fears of cancer or is going through it. Just reach out to those people and help them out, because you never know what the fuck's going on. So,
yeah. And a lot of people don't tell you when they're going through something, which is the other tough part. Like, sometimes you don't know until it's too late. So, yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah, sorry I brought us all the way fucking down to there. So,
All right.
hey, great episode, but fucking
right, I want to
destroyed it at the end.
I want to remind you all, you can join us each every Monday night, or some Monday nights, or an occasional Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, twitch.tv/still_got_game, and kick.com/stillgotgame. And on that, why don't we wrap this? Hey, we took a couple weeks off, but Selden took a month off episode up. I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am the one and only Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I am Brian Shadow Emmerich.
Welcome to the after show.